Hey, Saidu here. Welcome to another CCNA Cyberops lab. Now, in today's lab, you will see how to use Linux command line to manage files and folders and perform some basic administrative tasks. And the recommended equipment for this particular lab is CyberOps Workstation virtual machine, but any Linux machine should be fine. The first part of this lab is the shell basics. So basically the shell is a term used to describe a command line in Linux. So it has various names like the terminal, command line, and command prompt. So the shell is very powerful way to interact with the Linux computer. So now I'm on my desktop now. So I'll go ahead and start my virtual machine. So I am on my CyberOps Workstation desktop now. So I'll go ahead and launch my command prompt from this dock here. Just click on it to open. I'll zoom in to make it more visible. Now the first command that I would like to test out is the man page or manual page. It's called the man page for short. So basically the man page is an inbuilt documentation for Linux command. So on every command that you want to check or you want to know how it's being used on Linux machine, you can use the man page to check out that particular command. I'll go ahead and type the man and man. Now this command, what this command would do, it will display the necessary help or the description or the documentation of this particular command called the man on Linux. So hitting enter from my keyboard, I will have this page. So look at the man, this is the command, and this is what the page itself, this is the title. So the first section, the man page is divided into section. The first name, you see the name and a little description about that particular command. You see the synopsis. So here you see the synopsis display the argument that you can use with this particular command. So the other section is the description, which actually describe or full description of that particular command. For example, this man page here is said man is the system's manual page and all the descriptions are there. So you can do this with every command that you want to test out on Linux. So the other section is example. This shows you how to use this particular command. I mean the example of how that command is being used. So for example, this one is man and ls. So this man ls display the manual page for the item program. So look at ls. We all know that if we want to list the content of a particular tree, we use the ls. So if for example you are looking for how ls command is being used, so you can simply use man ls. So this will display everything about the ls command. So the other section of this manual page is the overview. So this tells you the entire overview of this particular command. So the other one is default. So you can actually just go through this manual page and read out to understand more about a particular command. So when you are done reading or when you are satisfied with what you read, you can just press the Q key from your keyboard to quit. So I'd like to test out another command from the command line. Say man, want to test out cp. So this command is used to copy a particular file to a directory or copy a directory to another location. So I will hit on enter. So you see this is the name of the command cp, and what it does, it copies files and directories. So you see some of the argument that you can use with this cp command and a description about that particular command. So we are done with this. So I will press Q to quit. So another command I want to test is the p. We all know about this command, I believe, for those that have been following this lab. So pwd display the current directory or print the working directory on the screen here. So right now I'm working from this home and analyst directory. So if, for example, I want to know more about this pwd, just enter man pwd to display the manual page of that pwd. So you see the niche of that pwd. So you see the name, which actually tells you what this particular command does. It print name of current or working directory, and you see the synopsis on the argument. So you see the description of that particular command. Now, enough of this manual page. Let's see how we can create a, a directory. So a directory is simply a folder. So you hear people interchangeably using directory and folder. So basically they all mean the same thing. So if I enter ls, you see these are the directories and files in this particular analyst, the analyst folder. If you remember, we entered this to see where we are working from. We're working from the analyst. So if you list, so this is the content of analyst directory. So we do have this folder which is from yesterday's lab. So I will remove them. Remove CY folder. Okay, I have deleted it. So we'll do that. I'll have to create it manually again. So if you enter ls-l to display all the folders, including the permission and even the date, that folder has been created. So it display, if you enter the ls-l command, it display the entire folder, not the entire folder or the content of the file, but it will display some of the non-hidden files and folders here. So you see the date, you see the permission, and you see the name of that particular folder or directory. So what I want to do is to create or make directory from here. So I will now cyberops underscore folder, say 1, and name the first one as 1. So enter, and now hit my up arrow key from my keyboard to change it. So the up arrow key will just pop out or bring the first or the last command you enter. So I want to just change this number to 2 to create another directory called the CYOPS underscore folder 2. So now we'll hit the up arrow key to change this one to 3. So I have created 3 directory from this command line. So if I want to check this directory, I will just enter ls-l to see this directory. So you can see these are the directories I have just created. So this is the date, this is the time that these folders are being created, and this is the permissions. So you see this is the permission, and this is the user that created that particular directory. So another thing that I would like to talk about is this particular sign. We call it the tilde symbol. So this symbol represents the current user's home directory. So the current user home directory is this. We are here now. So if I want to change it to another directory, I will simply use like cd. Cd is change directory. So cd home analyst, what is it called, cyb, then I'll say folder 3. So now you see that tilde sign or symbol has gone away. So you are now using another directory, not the home directory. So another sign that you need to pay attention to is this dollar sign. So this particular dollar sign just indicates a regular user privilege. So if you see the hashtag display at the prompt here, it means that you have an elevated privilege or root user. For example, let me show you. If I want to change this user, let's say switch user, now enter the password cyberops. Maybe I missed something. Okay, let me say SU CyberOps. So you see, this is the hashtag I was talking about. So now I have my root privileges by just changing the or switching a user. So now let me go back. So ignore that. Let me just go back and said, okay, we are in CD home analyst servers folder tree. So we are back on this folder tree. So in this folder tree, I'll now create another directory. So let me say mkdir home analyst folder tree. Then another cyber ops folder. I'll name it cyber SYPO. No, I mistake something. Cyber ops, yeah. So folder 4, and I enter. So if I ls-l, it will show me the total amount of files or directories in this particular folder. So you do have this one that I just created now. You have the permission, you have the user, and you have the date and time that. So this total is showing 4, and we only can see one folder. This is because most of the files are hidden files. So if you want to see the content, including the hidden files, you just enter ls-l-a. So what this a does is simply tells the Linux to show you the entire files and folder in that directory, irrespective of whether that file or directory is a hidden file or not. So this is it. So if you can remember, or you can, yeah, most of the command I've been using the full path command. Like if I want to change directory, I usually, or if I want to make directory, for example, the command I use mkdir-home analyst, then cyber ops folder. I enter 3, then I enter another folder called 4 to make a new directory. So this is called the full path. I'm using full path like from the home, then the analyst, then the cyber ops folder, then cyber ops 4. So that is the full path. So there is another part, they call it relative path. So the relative paths reduce the amount of text to be typed. First, this particular folder that we are in, enter ls-l, it will show you only this folder, but there are some folders and files that are hidden. So if I enter ls-l-a, this a here is saying that all the files in this particular directory should be what visible, or should be shown, or should be listed. So I'll hit enter. Now show me all the files here. So we do have some files that only start with a period. So we do have some files that only start with a period. Yeah, one is one dot, the first one. The second one is having 2 dots. So the first dot, what the first dot means is like telling the operating system to track the current directory. So this one, the dot is telling the operating system to track the parent directory. So from this folder, if I enter cd dot and hit enter from my keyboard, so nothing seems to happen. This is because the cd dot just track the current directory. So but if I enter cd dot, if I add another dot to the previous command, it will take me back to the parent directory. So what will be the current directory if I issue the cd dot from this? Now the current directory is home. So if I enter another command or cd dot to take me to the parent directory, I'll have that, the slash, the backslash directory, or the root directory. So another thing that I would like us to check is the redirecting output. You can choose to display your output on the command line here. For example, if I use echo, this is a text. So this will just display this is a text to this command line. So but you can actually decide to change or to redirect this output. Instead of viewing it on the command line, you can decide to redirect it to another file. So how you do that is by using a symbol called, or the greater than symbol, this symbol. So this symbol will actually direct your output to a particular folder. So let me see. So let me create this echo. This is a simple text typed from the command line. So I will now echo this to now redirect this to a some text file .txt. So what I'm doing now is this echo command will now echo this sentence or this statement or text to a file some underscore text underscore file .txt. So basically what I'm doing is I'm creating a new file called the something a new file called the some text file .text. So if I enter this, so as we did before, the echo command display the output on the command line, but now because we are redirecting this output to another file, so it now display this text in a file called some text file.txt. So now if I list, I should be able to see some text file.txt under listed under. So look at it here. So if I check in some text file.txt, I should be able to see this command. So this is a simple type from CMD. Look at this is the exact thing we typed here and is now in the some text file.txt. This is a different file, or let me say this is a different text typed from CMD. So now echo it or redirect it to the same destination. So now if I check my card, if I use card to check the some text file.txt, look at this is a different text typed from CMD. What this does is it completely replaces what we initially typed. So this might be what you want, but in some cases you don't want to replace the first one. You want to maybe append or add another line to the text file. So we'll see how to do that in a bit. So if you want to append a text to the file, what you need to do is to use two of the greater than sign or double it. So now echo, say this is a okay, this line of text will be appended to the last one. So now we use this. Instead of one, now I'll use two, and I'll name the destination. So if I now open my some txt file, I should be able to see this. So this is another line, sorry. So this is another line that I just entered. So instead of replacing it, it is now appending to that text file. So basically that is how you redirect and append. Now in Linux, as -L, it shows me some files, but actually these are not the entire files in this directory. So there are some files that are hidden by default. So if you want to view that particular hidden file, or if you want to view the entire file in this directory, you just enter ls-l-a. So what this A does is tells the operating system to show all the entire files in that particular directory, including the hidden files. So you see, as I hit enter from my keyboard, I do have all these hidden files. You see this .bash history, .bash logout, and all that. Some of them are configuration file, or some of them are just a folder. So initially we didn't see almost. What we were able to see is these folders down txt. So but if you compare this output with the one we just have, is totally different. So you do have some hidden file from here to auto this config. So now you have another one .dmrc and the likes. So now how do you copy or delete a particular file? So copying file is relatively easy with Linux. So you just need to enter the command and enter the source of the file, and then enter the destination. So the example that I will be using here is from the CyberOps Labs manual. So we copy the some text file .txt we just created from the home directory to the CyberOps folder 2. So if you remember, if to the CyberOps folder 2. So if you remember, if I list this directory, you see we have here some txt file some text file .txt. So but if you check, let's say I want to check home analyst cyberops, let me say folder 2. So nothing is here. So but let's say if I do this -l, so you see nothing is in this particular folder. So this CyberOps folder 2 is supposed to be the destination where we are going to copy this file to. So I'll go ahead and use, let's say, cp. Then the source of the file, or the file that I want to copy, is from the home directory. So I'll copy some txt file, then and I'll enter the directory. The directory is CYOps folder 2. So remember, I didn't move it or I didn't delete it. So if I still list this current directory, I should be able to see this file. And if I enter, I say list -l folder 2. So now I still have this file. So look at it. We have successfully copied the file from the home directory to this folder here. So how do we delete file? We delete file using the rm command. This command is called the remove command. So you just enter rm. For example, if I want to remove this text, some text file .txt from the home directory, I will simply just enter rm and then some text file .txt. Not be able to see this file. It was here before, but now it has been deleted. So removing a file and a directory is somehow similar, but in the case of directory, you have to use the -r or the recursive command, because it is a directory. You have to, because if you are deleting a directory, it will delete with the content of that directory entirely. So now go ahead and test out deleting this directory, the CyberOps folder 1. Just say enter R folder 1. So look at it, warn me that is a message from RM say it cannot remove CyberOps folder because it is a directory. But if you are sure you want to remove this directory, you just say rm -r, then CY folder and then 1. CY folder and then 1. It has successfully deleted that directory. So if we list ls-l, you shouldn't be able to see that directory. So moving files and directories. How do you move files from one particular location to another? So you move file using the command mv or move. So what is similar? The syntax is similar because you just enter the command mv, then you enter the source of the file that you want to move, then the destination. For example, this, if I list here, I don't have my some text file.txt. I've already deleted it from this home directory. But if you check, I still have a copy in the folder too. So you see it, I still have it here. So what I want is to move this some text file from folder 2 back to the home directory. So you simply you need to use env. This is a command. Then from which source, meaning the source of the file. So the file is from cyberops folder 2, and this is the name of the file. Now, because I am on my home directory and I want to move a file from, let's say, another folder back to my home directory, I simply need to just type or hit or just need one dot or period. So hitting enter from my keyboard here. So this tells the Linux operating system that I want to copy or I want to move this some text file.txt back to my home directory. So if I say list, now I have it on my home directory. So if I check the content of the folder, CyberOps folder 2, nothing is here. I have successfully moved it back to my home directory. About the reflection on this particular lab. So the command line allows the users more options and control over the graphical interface. So command line is a very, very powerful tool. So at least know the basics, especially Linux user, unlike Windows, where most user rely on the graphical user interface. But if you're using Linux, it is highly recommended to know most about the commands. That is that. I hope you learned something from this lab and I hope you enjoy it. So thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.